Following a controversial ending to the Peg Dugan tournament, the Lions traveled to Regis on Monday, December 4th. In a lively encounter from the jump, the Lions battled against a highly talented Regis team. The Lions struggled with turnovers, which came to their demise. The game ended 78-41 Regis. Next, on Wednesday, the Lions commenced of their first 10 straight home games against Hackley. The Lions came out strong in what was an extremely tight affair. The Lions were on a roll, moving the ball well and knocking down their shots, but a flurry of technical fouls was a huge momentum swinger, which saw the Lions losing the game 75-56. Following two detrimental losses, the Lions faced off against the defending champs, Poly. The boys knew it would be a tough game, especially with suspensions to the starting guard Sasha Mermelstein. The Lions came out on fire with players like sophomore Matt Fratt and freshman Damian Mojica getting key buckets early in the game. But as the game went on, Poly's talent was too much. They won a huge run in the third and fourth, ending the game 83-78.
Last Thursday, our varsity fencing team traveled to Port Chester to take on Rye Country Day in our first meet of the season. The boys and girls saber and girls epee teams achieved victories on the strip. Our boys and girls foil and boys epee teams, however, lost, but however they're eager to get their revenge when they play Rye again in February. Now, let's hear Alex's perspective on the meet.
All right, hello, I'm here with
Alex Tang.
Okay, so my question is, how do you feel about today's match?
We fenced well, we had fun, it was a good meet.
Our Lions will be looking to bounce back in that rematch in February, which will actually count, especially our boys foil team with Alex back, who is a key part of the team. They will definitely be looking forward to getting their revenge. Table tennis featured two games this week, one against Lycée and the other against Eunice. Despite coming off their first loss in 4 years to Fieldston, the table tennis team valiantly retaliated with a big 5-0 win against Lycée Francais. Junior Sedan Jane talked about how they extensively utilized their work and practice to overcome their opponents. This work and practice led them to the striking win they had. Later in the week, they faced Eunice. Despite winning 4-1, the team entered a more competitive environment, and with the help of Sedan, Villahan, and the first doubles team, they got the win. The tables tennis team holds a record of 4-1 in the season. They look to improve.
Last week, girls varsity basketball took on Dwight, Spence, and Poly Prep. Before getting into the details of their first game versus Dwight, here are the thoughts from Alara from her pregame interview.
After a devastating loss in the Peg Dugan tournament, how do you and your players look to bounce back in this game?
Well, we like to take our mistakes and learn from them. And so this game we want to implement some of the things that we couldn't do during the Peg Dugan tournament and kind of fix it around. And also, I don't know if you guys know, but we didn't have our last game because the other team forfeited because they had COVID. So we used that time to practice. I think we got really good at what we were mistaken or like what we didn't do last game, which was fast breaks.
And as captain of this team, how do you set the tone for the rest of the players?
I try to keep things cheerful, obviously. We've had one win against Royal Monroe, but that was just by 1 point. But I don't know, just keeping everybody cheerful and making sure everybody stays positive. I think it's an important part of the game. That's what I try to do.
All right, thank you.
Girls varsity basketball looked extremely impressive in their 44-25 win. Throughout the first half, the game looked very close, but when the second half came around, the Lions broke out to take the win. The core of this win came from 8th grader Caroline Eisenstadt putting up 11 points and 6 rebounds, as well as sophomore Ava Parento putting up 10 points and 3 rebounds. Other key scorers from this game were Alara and Melina. In their next game against Spence was a win for the Lions, and leading scorers from this game were Alara, Ava, and Melina. Lastly, in the final game of the week, Horace Mann took on Poly Prep. We knew it would be a difficult game as Poly were runners-up in the Nice Ace tournament last year. Sadly, our girls took a loss in Brooklyn with a score of 45-18. Positives from the game were Ava and senior Audrey putting up big numbers for the team. We will be looking to take these positives and bounce back against the defending champs Dalton.
Hey guys, it's Nigel. I'm Ryan. I play varsity basketball.
I'm Siddhant. I play varsity table tennis.
Yep. So we're back with another game. This one's this one's a little different. So basically, how it goes is I'm gonna say either heads, shoulders, knees, or toes in any order. Any order. Or I can say cup, in which case these guys from their positions are gonna have to try to grab the cup for the other person. So are we equally okay? Boys, you ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Sadat, you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Heads, shoulders, heads, knees, heads, cup. 1-0. Ryan making a comeback from that tragic time performance. All right, you ready behind the line, please?
My fault.
Yeah, he was closer for a second.
Okay.
That's why.
Toes, knees, toes, heads,
Oh,
shoulders, heads, toes, heads, toes, cup. All right, 2-0 Ryan. We're gonna be first to 5.
First to 5.
Okay. Centered. Line. All right, boys. Knees, heads, shoulders, heads, toes, knees, heads, cup. Ryan with the complete shutout. What is this? Come on, Sadat, you locked in? You ready, Sadat?
You're not going to
We need this.
my fault.
There we go. Shoulders, heads, knees, heads, toes, shoulders, knees, toes, head.
So bend your knees more. You gotta get
Toes,
closer to the ground.
heads, cup.
Yeah,
Bend your knees. Bend your knees.
A complete shutout.
He's too
Ryan,
confident. It's insane.
4-0. This is not what we expected. Okay.
Hey, I won one. It's fine.
We're good. Heads, shoulders, knees, toes,
So now he's lower than you. You have to
shoulders,
get lower.
heads, knees, toes, heads, cup.
Oh!
Wow.
Yo, I do this, man.
Wow.
Basketball, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner.
Thank you.
Starting off the week, the Lions decided to challenge themselves harder than any other team at HM as they took on Iona Prep. For context, Iona Prep was last year's Catholic state champs, have wrestled in several national tournaments, and just look at this image on your screen, mid-game. Unfortunately, what went on under those lights wasn't as tasteful. We then had a multi-meet back home in the lower gym, where we went back to our winning ways. We beat Baruch College Campus PSAL 60-12 and Martin Luther 66-6, but we were unable to beat Xavier and we suffered a 27-39 loss. Following the win and some post-match pizza, the Lions had an early wake-up and quick turnaround from the multi-meet as they took on the Mamaroneck High School tournament the following day. Ivan Dolphin took first at 190, Will Choi got second at 170, Javai Azario took fourth in a stacked 116 weight class, and Chris Gandhi took fourth in a similarly competitive 108 weight class. James Lynn was able to take fourth at 285, and Alexander James was able to take sixth at 124. Overall, this put the Lions at 5th out of the 16 teams, and 6 of our 13 wrestlers were placed out of the 167 wrestlers total at the competition. This team continues to excel and grow, and we hope to aim higher for future matches.
The Horsemen swim team, known for their unyielding dedication and team spirit, recently went on a 4-game meet and got second place. The event was filled with thrilling races, with Hayden Swartz winning 2 of his personal events and 1 group event. The second place placement was not just a testament to their physical prowess, but also to their hard work. Let's go Lions! The boys team suffered a harsh loss last Wednesday against Hackley. However, they were able to rally back against Dalton, winning 6-1. Shout out to Jack Angevine and Derek Lee for being the only ones on the team still undefeated. The team now has back-to-back games on Thursday and Friday against Avenues and Trinity respectively. These should be fun games to watch, and hopefully they can continue the season strong and reach their goal of winning the Ivies.
Hello, Horseman. My name is Nigel Harris, and I'll be covering winter track. Both the boys and girls eased their way into the season, committing themselves to rigorous training and conditioning for the first few weeks. According to junior Logan Charlotte, a typical training session consists of 55-meter and 200-meter repeats for sprinters and 1,000-meter repeats for long distances. That's about 2/3 of a mile. On December 6th, the team headed to the Armory to run in the season's first meet. Although the first meet is notorious for being a slow start, our Lions made us proud, with many competing for top spots in their respective races. On the boys' side, a player that stood out was 12th grader Spencer Kim, who placed 17th in the boys' 100 meters finals race and 18th in the boys' 1600 meters finals race. For the girls, freshman Mobo put on a show, running at 8:12 in the girls' 55-meter and getting 10th place in a race with more than 100 runners. Not far behind was veteran senior Ashley Coburn, who ran at 8:21. Good luck to our Lions for the rest of the season. We're cheering you all on from the sideline.
Thank you for watching today's video of the Lions Report. Be sure to smash that like button and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss a single video. Be sure to also share. If you want more premium content, make sure you follow our Instagram at @HM_Lions Report. Go Lions!